everybody, it's Rainer Sue, and today I thought I'd make a video on common problem that people have with quieter horses like this gelding is a lot of people like them really quiet and calm, which is great, you know, for beginners and non-pros and kids and things like that, and you want to, you know, have a nice quiet ride. So there's, as we all know, there's so many good reasons to have a nice, quiet, calm horse. Actually, I'm more referring to the real laid-back ones. They're really good in that sense, but sometimes a lot of problems we have is their gas pedal doesn't work, or the brakes get stuck on, and in other words, we have trouble keeping them going. So, and I'm having with this gelding, he's still not 100% yet in his lope. He tends to not be consistent in it, and that's what the problem is. You have, obviously, if you have a lot more forward-moving horse, then you tend to have the opposite problem, which is that they've got more go than whoa. And that's not the case with this gelding, but it's also too, I believe, with these horses, it's also them learning how to balance, right, with somebody on you. So that's why I take a little bit longer to get to working on my lope. And I want to make sure that they're going good. So what I wanted to show you in this video is what I do actually to prepare for the fact that he's going to be a little slow. I've heard some people call it crabby. I've never heard that, but anyway. And that's in this warm-up exercise that I'm doing now, I will focus on the walk and the trot. In other words, I'm trying to fix it in the walk and trot before I get to the lope. Will I fix it in the lope? You betcha. But if I can kind of fix it at the slower gaits, it just makes it easier for him to understand and easier for me to understand. That's the whole point of kind of walking before you trot or before you lope. So I'm going ahead here. Now what I'm doing is what I call the cruise control exercise, and which that basically means is I really don't steer them. As you can see, I'll just pan over here. My arena doors are closed. There's gates across them. The big doors are kind of open for fresh air. But so in other words, that allows me to basically go around and work with the horse and not have to worry about where I'm steering. Now, if he kind of goes into the corner like that, where that little log obstacle is, or if he goes over there, I'll just kind of pan over here and you can kind of see my trailer is still in the arena here. I'm going to take it out shortly. But if he goes in any area that I have to steer for safety or for whatever reason, of course I will. But the idea is that I can really just focus on my speed, you know, and again, and him moving kind of smoothly. So actually what we do is we start off at the walk here, and for horses that tend to be on the lazy side like him, I wouldn't spend that much time at the walk. So now again, as I just want to explain to people, he is now past his colt starting stage, so he's now into the body control stuff. So when they're colt starting, you know, not too concerned, you know, because again, he's just kind of learning about him going slow and steering and learning about neck reining and, you know, that sort of stuff. Again, I'm one-handed because the other hand's holding the camera. But once he understands about the walk and that the walk becomes a reward, and like it's a beauty there when he carries his head down, and of course the walk becomes a reward. So once he understands all that stuff, then on the lazier colts, I would spend less time on it and use it more as a warm-up, a slight warm-up and a reward. And once he's really used to it, then I would use it as a reward afterward and as a cool down. And I would basically stay at the trot. So okay, so the main things that I do then is, even though we've just been walking here, because I've been explaining a few things, I have been aware, and of course that's what riding is all about, isn't it? I've been aware to see if he was going to stall or quit. I mean, in the cruise lesson, this is a walk. I've asked him to walk, and that's his job. So my job is, if he went too fast, then I would put him back to the walk. I really wouldn't kind of give him shit for that, because that's actually what I'm looking for right now, because I'm working on my lope. So it's kind of what I call a nice problem to have. But basically my job is to fix it. So either if he's going too slow, I would, make him walk on. And that's the key, actually, that I wanted to tell you about. That in the walk and in the trot, if he actually wants to quit on me or go slower, then I would go ahead and, get after him for that, meaning I would squeeze and cluck. I would cluck and then squeeze, and then if he didn't go, which are the normal cues, then I would take the end of the reins and like over and under and, tap his shoulders. And again, every horse is different, so whatever amount of pressure you use actually depends on the horse. So, like I said, so I normally wouldn't spend this much time, which is 5 minutes now, doing the walk, but I just wanted to show you that. So now I would go ahead and I'm going to ask him to trot. And again, sorry for the bounciness here, but I'm going to ask him to trot. Now, if he, again, were to go ahead and lope, then to me that would be a nice problem to have, and I would just actually ask him to get back to the trot, even though we're going to lope next. So what I'm looking for is that he's not going to quit on me, and this is the key thing. So we're going to go ahead here, and again, I'm holding onto the horn. You don't have to, but that's what we're doing. And see, he can just kind of go around, and he's free to trot around as he likes. And my job is just to fix it if he tends to slow down. And like I said, I'm not going to be too concerned if he lopes, because that's what's coming next. So he's actually doing well. I was kind of hoping for the video, for the purposes of this video, that he would quit on me. Oh, here he goes. Oh, he's going to slow down there a little bit, but that's okay. And we've been actually loping for a while now, so he kind of knows. Oh, here we go. He was about to slow down. I just squeezed there. That was enough. Oh, so there he did. So I'm going to go cluck and squeeze and use the over and under and get after him. And that is what really helps your loping. When you're letting them know, hey, I've asked you to go a certain speed, and you've, slowed down, and so I'm going to kind of get after you for that. So anyway, this is part 1 of the video. Oh, he's just about ready to slow down again, so I have to get ready to get after him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this first part, and we'll see you in the second part.